Hi, this is Lucky Robin, and I have been sitting down and figuring out my food storage plan for the year. And I'm starting with my canning plan. I want 156 quarts of green beans, 78 French style and 78 cut style. You can get a green bean Frencher off Amazon or elsewhere, and then you can have both styles in your home canned. And I really like to have the French style. I would have all French style, but one of my kids only likes the cut style for some reason. For Yukon Gold potatoes, I want 104 quarts. I need 52 pints of diced tomatoes, and if I have a good tomato year, I will just keep canning until they're all gone. But I want at least 52. If I have a bad canning year, I'll have to buy some. Or growing year, I mean. I am going to try to can radishes. Just going to do one batch. Make sure I like it. And then if I do like it, I'm going to can more. But I've seen one person do this, and I like the way radishes taste when they're cooked. They're sweet. They're good in stew, so I'm gonna try it, and then it'd be really easy to make stew with radishes and other root vegetables when the time comes. Parsnips, I'm gonna do 28 pints. I could possibly do more, but I have a hard time growing parsnips, and I have a hard time sometimes finding ones that look good around here. It doesn't seem like it's something that's grown commonly. Carrots, I'll need 52 pints. Italian plums, I'll do 14 quarts unless the trees really produce. And if the trees really produce this year, then I'll go until they're gone. But I would like to have at least 14 quarts. And I'm not going to bother with having them this year. I'm just going to can them with the pits in and take them out when we eat them. It's not that much work, and it's a lot of work to cut and depit. And with them, you don't have to, and you don't have to peel them or anything. You just need to wash them very well. Pears, I'm going to have 102 quarts. It's been real hard limiting ourselves to one jar a week, so I'm going to give us 2 jars a week. Actually, that should be 104. My math's off there. Strawberry jelly, 24 pints. That seems to be the jelly that my husband just really likes the best. And while we have other jellies, he tends to ignore them. But I am going to make some bumbleberry jelly because we do have an excess of berries growing here. And bumbleberry is raspberry, blackberry, strawberry, and blueberry jelly. Or blueberries all made into a jelly. I think I'm going to make dandelion jelly. I've got 4 pints left, so depending on if I want to do the work or not, I'd like to get another 6 pints on the shelf and one to give to my niece-in-law, who's one of her children really loves the dandelion jelly, but he's the only one. Okay, I'm going to can 24 pints of apricots. I'm not going to make apricot jelly this year. I think I've got enough from last year. But if I do then need to later make them, I can just take the pints and make them into jelly. I'm going to do about 14 quarts of blueberry pie filling, 7 quarts of apple pie filling, 28 quarts of peaches, which probably might end up being twice that many pint jars. Okay. So I'll need to can 52 quarts of rabbit meat, 52 pints of chicken meat, 52 quarts of beef chunks, 21 pints of salmon. I may do more if we get a really good sale like we did last year where they were selling Keta for $2.99 a pound, or sockeye for $6.99 a pound. I'm going to do 14 half pints of ham. This would be for making pizzas because then I can just open a jar, drain it, and top a pizza real easy. Ground beef, 30 pints. Lamb, 7 quarts, and that would be in chunks most likely. Sometimes I do lamb burger, but I think I'll just do chunks here. With beef broth, 21 quarts. Turkey and chicken broth, I usually put the bones together with those two, 52 quarts. Rabbit broth, 52 quarts. Onion stock, 21 quarts. And then I forgot to put celery up with the other vegetables, so I would like 52 pints of celery because I use this in making my ugly green soup, and it is really good to have the celery already cooked, already on the shelf and ready to just pour it in, and I use its juice too, so that works out really, really well. Alright, my freezer plan will be 40 packages of sliced zucchini, and judging from how my Gold Rush zucchini did last year, that is not going to be hard to hard to get at all. I want 30 packages of sliced onions, 52 packages of sliced bell peppers. I want to get about a gallon of poblanos and 2 gallons of jalapenos diced up. I'd like 25 packages of snow peas, half a beef, 1 lamb. And our lamb is coming at the end of July. 30 whole chickens, 2 whole turkeys, 120 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken thighs, 80 pounds of ground turkey, and 200 pounds of rabbit meat. If we have excess, I will freeze broccoli, cauliflower, and corn, but we usually don't have that much excess, sometimes with the broccoli. We'll purchase, in the fall, we will purchase half a steer and 1 whole hog, probably October or November. But like I said, the lamb is being purchased in January. And then I want to freeze 8 gallons of blueberries, 8 gallons of sliced strawberries, 2 gallons of raspberries, and 1 gallon of blackberries. And we will easily get 8 gallons of blueberries, plus enough for the pie filling that I want to can. This last year we got 16 gallons of blueberries, and the year before that we got 20. So even in a bad blueberry year, we'll still get at least 8 gallons. 8 gallons of sliced strawberries. I don't know how well my bushes are going to produce. I've got 3 rows of strawberries, and this is their 2nd year. So hopefully they will produce better than last year when they were fairly young babies. If not, we are in berry country, so I can go out to the organic blueberry, blackberry, strawberry field, and you pick some. 2 gallons of raspberries, we'll easily get that from our canes, and 1 gallon of blackberries, we'll get at least that from our canes. I may go and you pick some because we do have, like I said, a blueberry, blackberry, strawberry organic farm that we can you pick on if we want to. Alright, so the dehydrated plan is from my homegrown herbs. I want to dehydrate a quart of sweet basil, a pint of Thai basil. Sometimes I'll do purple basil too, just for a little variety, but I seldom get more than a quarter of a pint of that. It doesn't produce as well, so I just do it for pretty, but not necessarily grow it for any other reason. I mean, it tastes good, but it's not very productive, so I usually only get 1 plant. A pint of sage, that's about how much I use. Well, I use about half a pint of sage in making my sausage, and then I use about half a pint through the year. 1 quart powdered oregano. I grind that really, really fine. I find that the powdered oregano works way better in some recipes. I do usually have some leaf on hand, but I have some that I vacuum sealed from this year. So I probably won't make any leafy this year. I'll just take it down to powder. I'm going to have 4 quarts of diced ginger and 4 quarts of diced garlic. I'm not going to make any onion powder up in huge quantities. I find that it starts to cake. So I will make it as I need it for recipes. It's really easy with a spice grinder to do that. And it just seems like it keeps better and longer this way. I'll need at least half a pint of thyme. I'd like a full pint, but thyme doesn't produce on the level that I would like it to. I would have to put a lot more thyme plants in, and I don't have the space. Okay, 1 pint of marjoram, 1 pint of rosemary, 1 quart of flat leaf parsley, and 1 quart of curly leaf parsley. And then 1 pint of cilantro. Then for the teas, 2 quarts of bee balm petals, 2 quarts of bee balm leaves, 2 quarts of calendula petals, 2 quarts whole calendula flowers, 2 quarts echinacea, 2 quarts yarrow, and 2 quarts comfrey. And I don't necessarily use the comfrey for tea. I'll use it for poultice. When I sprained my ankle really, really bad, I made a poultice with comfrey and yarrow and put that against it, and it helped to bring the swelling down. Okay, I'll also need 1 pint of celery powder, 1 pint of celery leaves, and 2 quarts of raspberry leaves. Raspberry leaves are really good for stomach indigestion and diarrhea. I have made a weak tea for my rabbits with this on occasion when one of them has gotten diarrhea. So that is something that I can give them as well. All right, for my long-term food storage, my freeze-dried plan is, and this is all Thrive Life products, is I want to get a stock in that's not part of my regular pantry. I want to have 6 sausage crumbles, 6 ground beef crumbles, 12 small diced beef, 6 beef dices, 6 small chicken dices, 24 onion dices, 6 mixed bell peppers, 6 white flour, 6 whole wheat flour, 6 celery, 6 carrot dices, 6 yogurt bites. Flavors are probably going to be pomegranate, cherry, strawberry, blueberry. I don't know about any of the other flavors, but I'll decide on that as I get there. 6 instant white rice, 6 instant brown rice, 6 brown sugar, 6 white sugar, 2 instant dry yeast, and 6 potato dices. And I may add more to this as we go along, but I want to see if I can get this much put by this year outside of what I'm normally cooking if I want to have some for long-term food storage. And then after I get these basics down, then I will look for other things. But right now, this sounds pretty good to us. I don't know how many months this would last for 4 people, but this is just a starting place, and it may take us a few years to amass enough for a 1 or 2 year supply for 4 people. All right, so that is the plan for the food this year, and hopefully we will be able to accomplish that.